Arctic RX uses a unique internal thermal technology to keep -80 degrees Celsius for 28 days with no battery and no electricity.
Made in Indiana technology, opening a whole new world for how vaccines are shipped around the globe. Well, the company behind this technology, Arctic RX, is based out of Indiana, the IoT lab in Fishers. It's a startup we've been following. Kylie's been following now for nearly 5 years, celebrating a market launch of its Indiana-made freezer pod. Kylie, give us the update. It's a great story.
It is. It's always fun to follow these companies as they reach these big milestones. The founders of Fishers-based Arctic RX says it's their coolest announcement yet. The shippable, reusable freezer pod is on the market and ready for production. The Arctic RX pod is about the size of a dishwasher and can keep its contents, think thousands of vaccines, drugs, or research material, at ultra low temperature for 3 to 4 weeks to ship around the world. And here's the kicker: no batteries and no electricity. Its creators say the technology inside the pod's shell is the secret sauce that keeps its contents cold. Developed at the Indiana IoT lab in Fishers, the pod is now being field tested by clients, including the Department of Defense. And while the company can't share details, Arctic RX President Shane Bivens says other field tests involve moving things like cancer research cells for contract research organizations.
So now we can scale up production, whether it's here directly in Indiana, or scale up that production to begin producing in other countries. So the tooling achievement has been passed, as well as now we have started the actual production runs. So if someone needs 1,000 of them, we can actually do that now.
The pod's roots involve a collaboration with thermal engineers at Rolls-Royce who have the know-how to cool fire-hot jet engines. And an update on another startup we've been following, South Bend-based Sleep Easy Technology getting a $500,000 dose of funding from an undisclosed source. The startup is commercializing a sleep aid device that attaches to a pillow to create an oxygen-rich cloud near the person's face. It's designed to be an alternative for people who don't want to sleep with nose tubes or supplemental oxygen. The startup CEO moved from Utah to commercialize the device at Notre Dame's Idea Center.
Anyone can come 24/7, just open the box and take what they need.
And another honor for a mom making waves in the opioid epidemic. We first told you about the founder of Indiana nonprofit Overdose Lifeline in the spring when USA Today named her Woman of the Year for Indiana. Now, more recognition for Justin Phillips, making the Forbes 50 over 50 list, women winning life's second half. After her son Aaron died from an overdose, she created the nonprofit to help other families facing substance use disorder. Phillips became a champion in Indiana for passing Aaron's Law in 2015, which allows any person to get overdose reversal kits.
Nice recognition
That's right.
for a great entrepreneur, great story. Back to Arctic RX.
Yes.
Again, fascinating story. These freezers, I guess
Right.
you
Pods.
call them,
They like to call them pods.
Okay, they're good for all modes of transportation?
Yes, they've been designed, Shane says, for everything from camelback to canoe. He says, interesting, in the cold chain, a dozen groups typically will touch a box before it arrives at its destination. So they've designed it to be compatible with everything, whether that's a pickup truck, a ship, a high-speed jet plane. It can do it all.
A lot of momentum there. What's next? Staying local? They're going to go to franchise this thing out? What are they going to do?
I asked them that, and he said they're going to do whatever they can to, whether that's keeping it local, to make this a big thing across the world. Maybe that's keeping their current business model. Maybe it's partnering with someone who can make it even bigger. All things are on the table. They're entertaining all ideas. And one thing they're really excited about is the global reach of this. And they said that their biggest conversations right now are happening in Australia and Germany.
Yeah, great story. Great updates on those others too. Thanks, Kyle.